What's up? Good morning, babies. Welcome to the Everything Show.
Anthony, is this what you've been working on?
Cue the Everything Show. I had a little idea, Saige. I started working on it. Oh, by the way, I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And this is Cue the Everything Show. Think about listen, Saige. I was up last night at midnight.
Very rare for you.
I was at the bar and I was chatting with some people and had a great idea, and they all decided it was also a great idea, and I went entirely for a rebrand. I think this is going to be huge for us.
You called it Q?
Q, the everything Q. Think about it. Q's such a good letter, and it's like perfect because nobody has any negative associations with it. You could just say Q and people are like, oh, Q, cool letter. And then we say we're the Everything Show. So far, we've been doing news. That's too limiting.
What does everything entail?
Everything. Imagine a show where you could also hire a contractor, or a show that allows you to post your political messages as part of the show, or a show where, like, I don't know, like, name a thing that you've always wanted to do.
Go to the aquarium.
Imagine a show where you go to the aquarium. Q, the Everything Show. It's great. And I'll tell you what, everybody loves it. I've already seen a ton of tweets from people who I don't think have ever watched the show before, that are like, oh, how cool it is to have a show that finally tells the truth. Finally, a show that's going to tell us everything that's real. Right? Just a simple letter, and we've totally rebranded. We're bringing in so much new audience.
Hey, Anthony.
And they've got a lot of cool ideas.
Hey.
Some of these I haven't even heard before.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
Do you think Q might be a thing that already exists?
Yeah, I mean, the letter exists, and the font exists, and the logo existed.
Have you ever heard of anything else referred to as Q?
You're worried about James Bond. You're worried about the James Bond films and their lovable gadget maker. You're worried about the guy who makes the tech for James Bond. I get it. It's fine. It's fine, because that's movies. We're a show, and not only are we a show, we're everything. So I don't think they have a leg to stand on.
How do you be everything as a show? I don't know how we would make the show the aquarium, Anthony.
We just start. That's the thing, is all of these entrenched elites in the Twitch show business will tell you that you can't do everything with half the amount of effort or manpower as doing one thing. And what I'm here to tell you is that's a lie. You can do whatever you want. That's what we were talking about at the bar last night. I got locked in. You ever been at a bar so late you get locked in?
No, why? Why wouldn't they just kick you out?
Oh, because you make friends with them, and they're like, hey, this guy's got some good ideas, and then you're just there
hold
until
on.
sunrise.
When you make friends with them, they lock you in?
Yeah, after close, because then if they keep the door unlocked, then they can't keep feeding you shots.
What bar?
Like any bar.
Did your new friends share what those opinions are with you?
What opinions? Their opinions?
Yeah,
their opinions
people really into Q.
Nah, their opinions don't matter. Our opinions matter. But here's what I'm saying is, if you want to look at what some of these, I mean, all I'm hearing from these people is a lot about the truth. A lot of these people believe that that nobody's telling the truth right now. And I think that's very interesting.
Yeah,
because we tell the truth.
You lie on this show every day.
No, do we?
Constantly.
I mean, it is an everything show, so I guess some stuff would be lies. But they're very worried about protecting children, a lot about children.
Nothing about our show should have anything to do with children.
A lot about here's what you like, a lot about getting the government out of our business. You'd love to get the government out of our business. I think these people are great. And they don't seem like they're big gamers or whatever, but they might be. But we don't even have to worry about gamers anymore.
We don't?
No, because we're an everything show. Like, we'll do some game stuff, but like, we can do whatever we want. It's an everything show. Imagine a show that's also a bottle of water.
I can't.
Imagine a show that's also a high protein meal replacement.
I cannot imagine that.
What if your show was like Uber for shows? It's everything. You got to stop thinking small, Saige. That's what's holding us back. I was up all night.
I can tell. Anthony.
Yes.
I love your enthusiasm for our show.
Thank you. It's part of everything. My enthusiasm is part of everything, and your love is part of everything.
I love your commitment. And I think you are such a fucking dummy.
What happened? Why?
Do you think the people that you were talking to that are so excited about the rebrand might be... I have to say, you haven't gotten there?
I don't think there are that many James Bond fans out there.
Fascists?
There are a lot of fascists out there. Thank God James Bond is here to stop them.
Have you ever heard of QAnon?
Whoa, hey!
Okay. Anthony and I had a quick chat while we were on our BRB screen about taking a random letter and a font that you can't even commercially license exclusively and changing our whole show around it.
It was totally free.
I know.
I think, look, I'm certainly willing to discuss this, but here's what I'm going to say. The rebrand isn't entirely gone, because here's what's up. Like, yes, there are some negative connotations and associations that come with it, and yes, anybody can use the font, and yes, I did it all on my own overnight without consulting anyone, but I think it might be good.
I think we're going to talk after the show, Anthony.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show.
Anyways, good morning, BBs. Thank you so much for joining us for It's Too Early.
I poured everything into my It's Too Early mug except a little bit, and then I decided I would drink out of the can on camera. What's that about? Why'd I do that?
You're making a lot of weird choices today.
Name one besides this.
You rebranded our entire show as Q without asking me in some sort of bender that you seemed to be on last night, where you were talking to very questionable people locked inside of a bar.
You can't talk to me this fast because I'm very hungover.
Get that can out of here. Only I can drink out of cans on this show.
Wow! Wow! Apparently you can't.
I can. I'm gonna get up. I spilled.
Hold on one moment, BBs.
Hello, BBs.
I'm just saying, leave it there and let's just try it out. Let's just see how it feels.
What the fuck?
Let's just see how it feels.
You can't just do this
We're
when
just
I'm not
gonna
here.
see how
There's
it
an entire
feels.
team of people that work on this channel, Anthony.
I know.
There's an entire team of people.
I know, and it's you and Kaylee. Kaylee's not here, but like,
I am.
We're into it.
Even if Kaylee's not in the room, she still owns the business.
We're into it, though.
No, we are not into it.
We're into it, though.
We are not into it. You are not into this.
We're into it.
Do not enable this.
Well, all I'm saying is let's leave it back there and let's see how it feels.
Do not enable this. You are putting Anthony on a pipeline.
Let's see how it feels.
How did you even do that?
Hacked it.
On my computer?
I fucking hacked it, man.
Changing it back.
I fucking hacked it, dog.
There we go. No, hey, I love Robo. Absolutely not. Do not enable him. Do not put Anthony on a pipeline.
Whee.
No. No, drop it. Drop the pipeline.
Slide right down the pipeline. Whee.
Off the pipeline. You get off of that pipeline right now. You can definitely, you put your arms down. You put your arms down. You get off that pipeline.
All right.
Let's talk about the news.
Woo!
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, in completely unrelated news.
We were talking about this on Monday, about how they do not have @X on X as they had @Twitter on Twitter. So the official account for X has still been @Twitter until now, when they just decided to take it from the person who's had it for 16 years.
Gene Huang. Gene Wang, who's a photographer and a programmer that actually I know a little bit in San Francisco, has had it forever, and has been a private account. Posts privately, no interest in having like a social media presence, has just had X for years. And he was like, of course I'm going to hear from Twitter. You might have seen, like, if you've been following the story, Gene changed his bio to O.
Okay.
A couple days ago.
That's funny.
Because he just kind of figured like something was going to happen.
Going to happen.
But Mashable got in touch with Gene and was like, so what's going on? And he's like, well, I figured they were going to reach out to me. I was ready for a conversation to be had. I just got an email saying they were taking it.
Whoa.
Like they just basically gave me an email that said, we are taking this thing. Now, it is legally within the X company's rights to take at X. The same way if somebody was at Star Wars,
okay,
or at Marvel, and Marvel wrote to Twitter and was like, "Hey, that's our trademark." They can't be at Star Wars.
Really?
Now, the tricky thing about that is not unless the other person can prove that they have a legitimate legal or business reason to be at Marvel or at Star Wars.
Interesting.
Nobody can take your brand from you because blah, blah, blah,
even
blah,
if
blah.
they had it first.
Yeah. Now, classically, there's a lot of like goodwill and stuff that goes along with this, where like if a company just comes in and takes something like this, obviously people go, this company is bullshit.
Yeah.
The other thing that's very weird about this is, it's just the letter X.
Right.
It's just the letter X. So that's
you
kind
can't
of
trademark X. You can't trademark the letter X.
Now you can trademark the letter X as the name of a social media account.
Company. But somebody already has that, because Xbox, there was also a lot of that around how many things Xbox owns X in from a tech perspective.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft does.
It's kind of weird. So even without the trademark, users do not have rights to a specific handle according to most social media companies' terms of service. So according to most social media companies, they can, if they need to, at any time, come in and change your social media handle. Now, they do this for a few reasons. They do this so number one, you can't take a business's name or a celebrity's name and, impersonate that person.
Yeah.
But also they do it so you can't have like a name that just doesn't fit their terms of service. In terms of profanity, does that mean it's cool? No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I think, in this particular case, they probably, in this particular case, Elon Musk said, we're taking X.
Right.
We're taking X. It doesn't matter. It belongs to us. Because that's what Elon Musk does.
Yeah, it's Elon Musk. Of course he does.
Also in this case, they could have looked at Gene's account and said, this guy never tweets. He has a private account. Not really using the service very much. It's not like he's a big active user that's going to cause a lot of like shockwaves. However, it immediately did cause shockwaves because everything that Twitter does, everything that Elon Musk does is just horribly horrible.
Yeah, everything Elon Musk does is not only terrible, as in he's a terrible person, but also incredibly embarrassing. Like everything he manages to do somehow ends up being like the worst, most embarrassing version of it. Like, how do you have so much money and not be able to pay to not look like such a dork all the time?
Yeah. He's lost $20 billion trying not to look like a dork. But it's one of those things where it's like you can't walk into a party and say really loud, I want everybody here to like me.
No.
Like that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Immediately, if you say that, everybody doesn't like you.
But he walks in and goes, you have to like me.
Yeah. Please, you have to like me.
No, please.
And everybody goes, ooh.
Not even please. He's like, fuck you. You have to like me. I hate you, but you have to like me. And I kicked your dog.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
Oh, boy.